Okay, what is up, guys? So I'm gonna run you through how my trading day is a little different from the trading day of a lot of people. So I'm gonna start off with the actual US 500. I'm gonna go to, I actually want the 2 hour. So on the 2 hour, I can turn off this economic calendar event. 2 hour. I was looking at the Asia session, so 2 a.m. Asia low. You see that area held pretty well intraday. But in the context of this, I was mentioning in the megaphone, we had their higher low yesterday in the session and then the volatility, and I was looking for another higher low. Pre-market, we breached that Asia low. In the newsletter, I talked about that as being what I was looking for. And then kind of like a test of that in the cash session, but instead we got a pre-market, that liquidity sweep, move higher, and then off, previous liquidity rejection. But what I was really interested in particular was I was on Microsoft. This was my vehicle for the trade for today, the plan. So yesterday, Microsoft, gap up, came down, market reverse, yada, yada, yada. On the daily, in the context of my fibs, I was looking at particularly, delete that, and delete that. So I was looking at this range low to high, the other retrace 38.2% and then continuation. So I suggested strong trend. So I'm like, okay, I know this one's a one for strong trend on the longer time frame. And what do we do? Break and retest of this previous high. And then a lot of people were talking about this weekly chart and how it's like a weekly flag breakout. For me, as you see, we're coming to this 1272 extension. So I'm watching this 1272 extension of 2022 high to this low. And in the context of where we're at on SPY, we're not above all-time high. So relatively what? Tells me relative strength. Coming to this extension though, if I go to the 30-minute, we had that break above yesterday, couldn't break, wicked, came back down. And then if we go on this range, I'm doing low to high just to show you guys something. What do we have? Similar again, 38.2% hold. So came into the session, move higher, brace down, consolidation, and then impulse up and break above this fib, not price holding it, suggesting that price may go to the next extension. But in the context of what I was looking for today on SPY, you're looking at what? You're looking at a retrace into the chop zone, and then 40608 as the main level to hold, particularly the pivot. Yeah, that rejection at high, move came back down, came into the chop zone. People were looking for that move lower. And as I said, we were looking for that break lower. But instead, what do we end up getting? Nice little setup here and bounce. And if this plays out like how I mentioned, it should be setting up for what? The next liquidity zone, which is it's like the 15-minute. That's better. 15-minute. The liquidity at recent highs. So you have the December highs and these highs. You just draw a box. Boom. Boom. Breaking continuation over that. Pretty much sets you up for 480, like I said. So once you get that continuation, you get that setup. And then if we go back to Microsoft, go to 3-minute. What is it going to do? Probably tear and take out this liquidity. 390 zone, setting up for a move. And then how would I monitor this? Well, on this retrace, I'll probably trim, even though I have those extensions I showed you before. Probably do something like this. So 120, 1272, 393, 75. So I'm gonna monitor that, maybe stitch on end of day what that looks like after. But yeah, that's a little lesson right there.